What is up, Anthony? It is Tuesday, and yesterday I watched the series finale of How I Met Your Mother. And to anyone who has not seen the series finale, I suggest you pause or turn this video off because I'm going to be saying spoilers in about 1 second. So just for a quick little backstory, Anthony, How I Met Your Mother, this is its 9th season, and the 9th season has basically been built around the wedding of two characters, Barney and Robin. The 9th season also focuses on creating a relationship between the main character, Ted, and the person he eventually marries, the mother, whose name is Tracy. In addition to that, Ted and Robin had this Ross and Rachel friends thing going on for a really long time, if they loved each other, if they didn't, if they should be with each other, if they shouldn't. So this season also focused on saying definitively they will not be together. Now in the finale, basically all those relationships that we had become so invested in fell apart. Robin and Barney divorced not even 20 minutes into the episode when we had spent more than a season anticipating their wedding. Ted did marry the mother, but she died really quickly, and then he basically went right back to Robin, who the entire viewing audience had been led to believe he would never end up with. The creators of the show, Carter and Craig, had planned the ending of the show from the day they created it. Carter and Craig were using things like Barney and Robin's wedding, and Ted and the mother's get-together, and Ted and Robin's separation to distract us from what they were really planning. The problem was that the viewers became more attached to the distraction than to what we were supposed to be distracted from. As a result, a lot of viewers hated the finale, or at the very least wanted the same amount of time that it took for them to become attached to the distraction to become attached to what was now the end goal. If Carter and Craig had devoted a season, for example, to the massive amount of things that transpired in the finale, it probably would have been much, much better. Maybe not perfect, but definitely better. My point in saying this is that Carter and Craig stuck to their original vision the whole way through. But they should have realized at some point that they could have changed it, or that it would have been better if they had changed it. I was talking to my internship director today, Serena, and we talked a lot about leaders and ideas and best ways to basically appease people and still kind of get things done. We talked about how when we have ideas, or when we choose to lead, we have a very specific idea or a very specific way in which we decide to lead. But the thing is that those can't stay stagnant. If you have an idea, you should be getting other people's perspectives on it, even if you think it's amazing. And truthfully, that's something I struggle with, and I totally understand, because if you think an idea is amazing, it makes sense to hear other perspectives that will tell you it's not amazing, but it sucks. But Carter and Craig weren't really open to that possibility. They filmed this one idea, that ending scene, literally 9 years ago. It might be 8, I could be wrong. They had no intention of changing it, or even considering what the fans wanted or what was happening with their show. But ultimately, it ran so long that it created these really deep connections between characters that were never part of the plan. They were improvising, and the improv was good. But then they got to the end and said, crap, well, we decided to stick to our guns. Let's change everything we've made the fans like. They certainly won't mind. There's more on how the finale came to be in a link in the description, but now I want to relate this to leadership as well. The same way that we get different perspectives for ideas, we should do that with feedback on our own leadership styles. You know, if you're leading a team and things aren't getting done or people aren't having fun, you should talk to the people who comprise your team instead of just, you know, thinking of something new off the top of your head. Because your leadership style might work for a while, but leadership is not a one-size-fits-all approach, right? You're gonna eventually come in some scenario where something you do doesn't work or doesn't do as well as you think it would. And leadership is not commanding power and respect through showing no signs of weakness. It's about working with people. It's about being able to do something for the good of the group rather than the individual, and that requires talking to people, figuring out how you can improve what they want, what needs to be done. Also, Anthony, my last video was a day late being uploaded, so I let commenters decide a challenge for me, or you, but you didn't. And someone suggested the cinnamon challenge, and unfortunately I am not going to do that, but that is because the challenge is extremely difficult and carries substantial health risks because the cinnamon coats and dries the mouth and throat, resulting in coughing, gagging, vomiting, and inhaling of cinnamon, leading to throat irritation, breathing difficulties, and risk of pneumonia or a collapsed lung. I don't want my lung to collapse, Anthony. I'm gonna skip this challenge because I'm not an insane person. And you didn't give me one last week, so I'm actually gonna be in the clear. See you later.